Right now, as you're watching this video, tiny plastic particles are sitting inside your brain. Not near it, inside it. The average human brain now contains microplastics weighing about 7 grams, roughly the weight of a plastic spoon. Not the volume, the weight. That's thousands of microscopic particles lodged in your neural tissue. And between 2016 and 2024, brain microplastic levels jumped 50%. Your brain is accumulating plastic faster than ever before. The science is alarming, but the solutions are within reach. A groundbreaking 2024 study published in Nature Medicine changed everything we thought we knew about plastic pollution and the human brain. Dr. Matthew Campen and his team at the University of New Mexico analyzed autopsies of about 50 individuals, examining their brain, liver, and kidney tissue. What they discovered was unprecedented. Using advanced pyrolysis gas chromatography, they identified the culprit, polyethylene, the same plastic in grocery bags and water bottles, making up the majority of brain microplastics. Here's what shocked researchers. The brain contained 7 to 30 times more microplastics than the liver and kidney. Your brain isn't just collecting plastic, it's concentrating it. We're talking about particles smaller than 5 millimeters, about the size of a pencil eraser head. But many are nanoplastics, invisible to the naked eye, and small enough to slip past your body's defenses. Where do they come from? Everywhere. Plastic bags, food wrap, tire particles on roads, cosmetics, even synthetic clothing. They're ubiquitous, found all over the planet. The most alarming finding? Levels in the brain increased by about 50% between 2016 and 2024. In just 8 years, your brain became exponentially more polluted. And when researchers looked at individuals with dementia, they found something chilling: higher levels of microplastics in their brain tissue. This correlation demands urgent investigation. How do you get exposed? 3 main ways: the food you eat, especially meat from animals exposed to plastic in the food chain, the water you drink, and the air you breathe. You're constantly exposed 24/7. Your brain has a protective wall called the blood-brain barrier. It's supposed to keep harmful substances out, but microplastics, especially nanoplastics, are breaking through. These particles are so small, we're talking nanoscale, that they can slip through the barrier's defenses. Once in your bloodstream from contaminated food or water, they have a direct pathway to your brain. But there's another route researchers confirmed: your nose. Microplastics can travel up the olfactory nerves, the same pathway viruses use, going directly from your nasal passages into brain tissue. Once inside, your brain's immune cells try to engulf and destroy these plastic invaders, a process called phagocytosis. But here's the problem: they can't break down synthetic plastic. Microplastics love fat. They accumulate in fatty areas of your brain, particularly the myelin sheath, the insulation around your nerve fibers that allows signals to transmit properly. When plastic accumulates in myelin, it disrupts nerve signal transmission. Your brain cells literally can't communicate properly. This interference could be behind cognitive symptoms many people are experiencing. Now let's talk about the damage. First, chronic inflammation. Your brain's immune system continuously attacks these plastic invaders, creating persistent inflammation that erodes cognitive function over time. But it's not just the plastic itself. These particles carry toxic chemicals, phthalates, PFAS, and other additives that leach into your brain tissue, potentially disrupting hormones and cellular processes. The inflammation and toxic chemicals work together to damage synapses, the connections between brain cells. This means impaired memory, reduced focus, and declining cognitive performance. We don't yet know if microplastics directly cause disease. Research is still catching up, but the correlation between rising plastic levels and increasing rates of cognitive decline, dementia, and neurological disorders is impossible to ignore. Here's what keeps scientists up at night. We don't know how to eliminate microplastics from the brain. They bioaccumulate over your lifetime, building up year after year with no safe threshold established. Okay, we know this sounds scary, but here's the empowering part. You have control. There are proven ways to dramatically reduce your microplastic exposure starting today. Step 1. Swap plastic containers for glass or stainless steel. This applies to water bottles, food storage, everything. Glass doesn't leach, doesn't break down, and doesn't shed microplastics into what you're consuming. Never microwave plastic. Heat accelerates particle release exponentially. That convenient plastic takeout container, it's contaminating your food with every reheat. Use glass or ceramic only. And those water bottles in your hot car, the heat causes massive leaching. If you see a plastic bottle that's been in the heat, don't drink from it. Switch to insulated metal bottles that regulate temperature. Use wooden cutting boards instead of plastic. Every time you slice on plastic, you're shaving microplastics directly into your food. Wood is naturally antimicrobial and doesn't shed particles. Ditch non-stick cookware. Those convenient coatings release microplastics and toxic PFAS chemicals, especially when scratched. Stainless steel and cast iron are safer, longer-lasting alternatives. Choose fresh, whole foods over ultra-processed items wrapped in plastic. Use reusable cloth bags. The less plastic touches your food from source to table, the less you ingest. Support your body's natural defenses. Stay hydrated with filtered water, eat fiber-rich foods to promote elimination, and maintain regular exercise. While we can't remove microplastics from the brain, we can reduce new exposure and support overall health. These aren't extreme measures, they're practical swaps that add up to major reduction in exposure. Communities implementing these changes report noticeable improvements in mental clarity and overall well-being. Your brain is accumulating plastic whether you like it or not, but you control the rate. Every glass bottle, every wooden board, every natural fiber choice reduces the burden on your neural tissue. This isn't about perfection, it's about direction. We need much more research to understand the full health implications, but while science catches up, you can take action today.